Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Now I'm back with another Path of Exiles 2 video. We are now only 8 days away from the official early access launch. It goes live on December the 6th. The hype is real. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to jumping into the game. I'm ready. It's on my Steam account. I'm looking forward to it. Now, in all RPG games, whether it's an MMORPG, whether it's an ARPG, single player RPG, you name it, I always love playing mages or sorcerers or, any type of elemental spellcaster. That is what I love to play. So of course, in PoE 2, you bet I'm going to be jumping in. I'm going to be making my first character is going to be the Sorceress. So in this video, I just wanted to go and talk about the Sorceress. I've been doing a little bit of research, checking out some gameplay that I could find. I wanted to find some recent gameplay, but it was quite hard to actually find up-to-date gameplay. A lot of the PoE 2 Sorceress gameplay was from like 8+ months ago. And obviously there's been quite a lot of changes since then. So I wanted to just talk about the up-to-date information for any brand new players to PoE 2 that might be or any brand new players to the ARPG genre, and they're liking the look of Path of Exile 2 and they want to jump in. And if the Sorceress is anything of interest to you, I'm just going to talk about it briefly in today's video. And of course, once we get the actual game goes live and I can actually play it properly, of course I'll bring more videos showcasing some the gear that I'm getting, some of the builds that I'm going to try and play around with and have fun with the different support gems and stuff like that. So stay tuned for those videos. But anyway, like, share and subscribe, and let's jump straight into the video. Let's do this. So in Path of Exile 2, we're going to have 6 classes in the early access. And like I said in the intro, I'm going to be jumping in to play the Sorceress as my first class. And Sorceress is going to be my main focus, to be honest. I'm going to look to build, play with a lot of different builds around the Sorceress, different weapons, and see what we can do, see what builds we can cook up. So I wanted to just talk about it. So the Sorceress uses the elements. So we have fire, lightning, and ice. And you can combine the elements to perform powerful combos with very high damage, but the Sorceress has low survivability, which, isn't to be, there's no surprise there. In most games, sorcerers and spellcasters are always like pretty bursty, but very easy. You could die very easily. So support gems, they play a big part in the skills that we get to use. And to use this, you need to find a uncut support gem. And what GGG has done, which I think is actually really good for brand new players to the genre, is they have added a recommended tab, which shows us which gems they think will go very well with whichever skill. But what you can do is you can get creative and you can actually play around with all of the gems and all of the skills. So for players like myself and obviously veteran PoE players, because I'm not a veteran PoE player, I have played PoE 1, but not a lot of hours, but I have played a lot of ARPGs and RPGs and stuff in general. And I love making builds and messing around with different builds, different skills, different gear, seeing what I can break, stuff like that. So I love the fact that it's very good for new players, but also for people like myself that like to mess around. We actually can do that. So for example, in this footage that is playing right now, for Spark, they went with Pierce, which allows the skill to pierce through the enemies. Then when it bounces off the walls and it can hit a monster again. And then the second gem that we got to see is multiple projectiles, which is self-explanatory. But as you can see, when you put this into Fireball, you then get 3 fireballs that explodes and bounces around, which is just causing complete chaos. And it looks amazing. The special effects in this game are top tier. And another really important thing that I like about this whole support gem system is that you can actually freely move these gems around from skill to skill, so you're not locked in with your choice, which again to me is very important, because especially again for new players, because if you I don't know, if you make a decision and then if you're like locked in, that can put a lot of stress on new players because they feel like they might, you know, they may have made a mistake and stuff like that. So yeah, that's really, really good. And then finally, we got to see Fortress, which enables you to make your firewall, for example, into a circle, which you can put around yourself or the enemy instead of a usual straight line, which again, very, very cool looking as well. And I just love that. So you can literally encase yourself in a circle of fire to, you know, to try and survive a little bit longer, for example. Now, the Ascension classes, in the early access, we are going to get 2 Ascension. There is 3 total for each class, but in EA, we're going to have access to 2. And for the Sorceress, we have the Stormweaver, which is the Master of Elements. So, for example, you can go into Tempest Caller, which causes elemental storms to be summoned each time you do a critical hit with a spell. Then strike twice. Targets can be affected by 2 of your shocks at the same time for more damage. And then when you go deeper into the tree, you can use Shaper of Storms, which makes all of your damage apply shock, which is really, really cool. Then we have the Chronomancer, which is sounding amazing. The Chronomancer can literally control time and stop time around you. So when you use Ultimate Command or with Footprints in the Sand, that grants you the skill Temporal Rift, which then allows you to teleport back to a previous location, which resets your life and mana to what it originally was. So you could use this as like a last resort to not die, basically. And then she has Unbound Encore, which grants the skill Time Snap, which then resets all of your cooldowns. So then you can obviously keep on, you know, bursting through the damage. So it's all about getting the cooldowns reset, pop the damage, and then, you know, stop the time, run around and survive. So yeah, to me, it's just insane. The Sorceress is just a fun class from what I can see. And like I said, I love magic. I love mages and wizards and sorcerers. So for me, this is like the perfect class, and all of the gameplay that I have seen and the footage, it just looks phenomenal to me. The special effects of the ice, you know, when you shatter the enemies, the fire and the electricity, even when you shoot, it's very, very subtle, but when you shoot the electricity through, you can shoot it through your firewall, and you can see the electricity has the fire encased around it. And yeah, it's just amazing, guys. But that's what I wanted to really do today, was just give you a brief little introduction into the Sorceress, obviously for newer players. And yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm definitely jumping in to play it. And like I said, I'm going to try my best to make some new player guides on the class, and give my feedback. So yeah, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this one. Stay tuned for more Path of Exile 2 videos coming very, very soon. Like, share and subscribe. Catch you soon. Peace.